Oh, there we are. Okay. So, we are going to be playing Avernum Escape from the Pit. This is a game by Spiderweb software. They do the Avernum series, the Dreamforge series, Abaddon series, stuff like that. Very old school CRPG stuff. Ought to be a fun time, but it is going to be an in-depth RPG, so that's not your jam. Totally get it. But that's what we can kind of expect going into this and what you should be aware of, right? That being said, we are going to go ahead and just get right into it. I wonder if I need to use a character edit. We won't worry about that. We're just gonna go ahead and new game and kind of see how that goes. So, the way I like to play these kinds of games is I like to kind of get as much of a niche covering as I can. Generally, at least one warrior tank, mage, healer, maybe a thief. Sometimes my mage and healer will cross-reference to like a summoner, depending on what I can kind of pull off in the game, right? So we're gonna go ahead and keep the names the same for now. May as well. We have a set party. I'm not gonna change that. Soldier, rebel. Let's see what character types there are. So standard soldier looks like, you know, looks like it would be your standard knight class. Yeah, melee weapons too, pole weapons too, sure-handed. Berserkers. I'm not real big on barbarians. Controversial opinion. I'm not real big on them. Berserkers are wild swordsmen from the remote areas of the Empire. Their wildness tends to get them dumped into Avernum. They're extremely hardy and their sword skills are unmatched. That's fine. Still don't like them. So we currently have one person set up as a priest already. Priest of one of the faiths disapproved of by the Empire. Cool. That's always reassuring. They have excellent healing and protective skills, although they often end up having to use them in Avernum. So intelligence 2, endurance 1, thrown missiles, so probably like a javelin class, right? You know, something like that, maybe sling. Priest spells, arcane lore, first aid, healing focus. Our other magic user from the get-go is a sorcerer from the looks of it. Sorcerers are practitioners of the wizardly arts. Their spells are powerful, both on offense and defense. Alas, because of their dangerous research and eccentricities, they tend to be sent down to Avernum. Oh yeah, Avernum is apparently the place where you send the dregs of society to get them out of the overworld and so you don't have to deal with them. So think of underground prison, and that's pretty accurate for kind of what's going on here, right? Really unfortunate, but welcome to the world. Intelligence 2, bows 1. Okay, so that could be a man. Okay, so maybe they wouldn't do like a staff like you would typically expect. That's interesting. Spellcraft 1, Mage Spells 2, Arcane Lore 1. So they both have that. Other one is a rebel that we have. So this rogue would be probably from the look to that an alternative class I could go with there. I do generally like to have a rogue or a rebel character, if only to lockpick chests and re-roll the save, just so that way I don't waste out on a bunch of stuff. They're pretty handy on that. Yeah, so like the tool use plus 2, that's kind of what you would expect there. Rogues are nimble, good with swords, and able to handle locks and traps. They also tend to walk off with things they don't own. I would never do that. Unsurprisingly, the Empire loves to send them to Avernum. Yeah, yeah, totally a surprise. Yep, wouldn't expect that. Archers. Archers were either hunters or trained members of the Empire army. Okay, so why do they get sent to Avernum? Highly skilled with missile weapons in the Empire army, a dishonorable discharge sends to mean exile to Avernum. Okay, okay. So you get bows 2, sharpshooter, cave lore 1. Ooh, that's kind of nice. Oh, that makes it. I don't know. I think cave lore could be really useful considering we're in a giant underground cave. That would make sense. Okay, rebel. Some people dare to rebel against the Empire. They have to be good at everything if they want to survive. Though they don't have the freedom to excel at one thing, a rebel tends to have some skill with weapons, craft, and more. Okay. So I get full use 1, first aid 1, cave lore 1. Get thrown missiles, so I miss out on the bow usage going on, right? Get pole weapons, so I could give him a spear or something, but meh. How does that compare to this? So that would be I wonder if I could The question is, do I need a second kind of melee person? And sometimes that can be helpful to have, and a rogue I think would be able to do that a little bit, considering they have melee weapons too. Rebel could also do that. Okay, let's see what the other 2 classes are. Hedge wizard, hedge wizard, live in the remote villages of the Empire where they help the locals with their magical skills. This sort of character is good at magery and has a little bit of training in free spells and first aid. Okay, so looks like it's a dual class kind of deal with that. Let's see. If I go rebel, I get first aid. So the first aid isn't really a big selling point there for me. Shamans are the priests of the back hills. Okay, they're your hick wizards or hick priests. Hick cleric. Yeah. A shaman isn't quite as good at spells as a priest, but makes up for it with weaponry and knowledge of healing. Shamans are party folk, but their wildness tends to make them run afoul of the Empire. Okay, so pole weapons 1 from missiles, +1, free spells +2, cave lore 1. Okay, but, The arcane lore 1, so I lose on arcane lore. Get 3 points in strength, intelligence, and endurance. Man, it doesn't really seem like that much of a difference going on there. Now, I would get a cave lore, but if I already have that, I'm not really too worried there. Okay. So they lose out on the first aid. So this is first aid. Well, that's not a big deal. Arcane lore, probably a little bit of a bigger deal. But so I do a rebel. I can do bow there. Right. Why did it give me 2 bows? See, this is where I always have the issue, right? Is you have to make that decision between how the characters will build, and having not played the series, it's a little hard to tell kind of what will scale up properly and what won't. Summons are a little sturdier, but if I go with a rogue, I get melee weapons +2. And I get that. Coupled with a soldier, I think the rogue will be okay. I don't really need a dual class wizard because I got a priest and a sorcerer, so I don't need that. The only thing I really wish I could get is that, but I may just have to accept that I'm not going to have any of that cave lore going on. Is there anything I'd want to call up to get cave lore? Please +1, cave lore +1. I leave that on the melee weapons, right? I do get a secondary first aid. Aw. Yeah, I don't actually want to change that to there. I want to keep a soldier. And this is probably the character. Which one do I want to go with? 1 strength, 2 dexterity, 2 melee. We'll use backstab. A lot more pluses over here. Yeah, like I think Rebel is gonna be what I go with, because I want that cave lore. I think that could be important on avoiding some stuff. Priest. Yeah, I'll go ahead and keep it as my crop. No character portraits from oh, so I can change portrait. Okay doing that. So I think I want to be my soldier, right? Well, unfortunately, I think probably the default one was the best there. We could totally make Marion the Rebel look like a ninja. I think that's something we could do. Is there a better priest? That guy's an Austin. Yeah, that's gonna be our priest. Sorceress gal. I think she's. Nope, that's gonna be the portrait for that. Okay. So not super new to these games, so I don't think that's gonna be a problem. Game starts out quite easy, but becomes a challenge as you get close to the end. Okay. Yeah, that's probably what we're gonna end up doing. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do normal difficulty. I'm gonna own up to that. Okay. You're never going to see sunlight again. You will never breathe fresh air, or be warm and dry, or feel safe. This is your punishment. For your crimes, you are to be thrown into a magical portal and banished to Avernum, never to return. Your crime? Nothing as serious as you might think. Not murder, arson, or assault. No, your crime was against the Empire, ruled by the cruel Emperor Hawthorne, who spoke out against an unjust law, or you angered some minor official, or you may just have been a misfit. The Empire controls the entire surface of the world. All 4 continents have completely submitted to its rule. Not fitting in is a crime in the Empire. So you are being exiled. You are being sent down to Avernum. Avernum is a series of caverns far below the surface of the world. It is a dark, subterranean prison, a place where exiles like you spend the rest of their lives, far from the light. What is it like there? Nobody on the surface knows. All they know is that it is dark and deadly. It is spoken of only in whispers and only with fear. Some believe that there is no air, warmth, or food, and death comes with merciful speed. Others believe that there is enough sustenance to enable Avernites to endure a miserable, worm-like existence, until, of course, the monsters get you. And that's a monster there. That's like a cracked up Diablo or Balrog, something like that. And a few believe that Avernum is a paradise, a hard land of freedom where one can at last be out from under the Empire's iron rule. People mad enough to believe Avernum is a paradise soon end up there themselves. They don't really know what it is like. Nobody on the surface does. But soon you will. There is no appeal to the judge's decision. Early one morning in a stone dome, far out in the waste, you are dragged in chains to the shimmering portal. You breathe clean, fresh air. One last time, your shackles are removed. Then they throw you in. Well, isn't that just a reassuring trip? Okay. Welcome to Avernum. These caverns are a tutorial to help you get started. First, you need to learn how to move around. Click on a spot on the ground to walk there. Slowly, your eyes adjust to the dim light. Happily, there is light. The ceiling of the cavern is covered with scattered patches of a fungus that glows with a faint green luminescence. But you are alone. It is cold, damp, and deathly still. All you hear are the echoes of dripping water in the shadows. The loneliness makes the feeling of claustrophobia more powerful. For a moment, you can sense countless tons of stone above you, ready to, at any given moment, crush you into nothingness. You concentrate and overcome the growing terror. There must be someone down here. You'll just have to explore to find them. Okay, so it says we're alone, right? First problem. First problem is totally that we're not alone. We have a party of 3 other people with us. Also, hi Ashlyn. So let's see what we find. I do like that the mini map is there. I can move with arrow keys. Can't move WSD. That's a wall. I will most definitely do that at some point when I get totally murdered. Much to your great relief, you finally find signs of human occupation. The gallery to the west is blocked by a wall. Rough stone block, held together by a crumbling mortar. It looks like it has been here for years, abandoned and decaying, but it is something. Less reassuring is the pile of bones between you and the wall. They look like they came from a small humanoid, perhaps a goblin. They too have been here for a while. On the floor near them, someone discarded a crude cloak, scraps of leather, roughly stitched together. On the surface, you would have ignored the disgusting thing. Down here, with the cold seeping into your bones, you decide that you would be better off wearing it. Okay, let's see. Okay, so on there, in this game, there is stuff on the ground, and I need to figure out how to see what that stuff is. Let's move over here. Okay, so I can. Okay, so that's how I will do that. Yeah, let's go ahead and click that. Let's go make. The cloak is crude and dirty, but it is worn. You suspect that everything in the underworld is going to be crude and dirty, so you better start getting used to it. There's probably nothing over here, but I do like to double check. On this side of the door, at last you can hear people. You smell fresh smoke and hear the muttering of speech. You're too far away to make out what they are saying, but they are to the west. We'll probably stick with this kind of movement speed. So the west should be over here. Let's see if these are bandits. They're most likely bandits. Yeah, they don't look like they're going to be real friendly with me. Let's go ahead and go back this way. Let's make sure there's nothing there. Real quick, let me check settings. Because I wonder if I can have this camera center on party. Yes. Oh. That is a giant gap and or a wall. That's not gonna happen, is it? There are 3 people ahead, crouched around a dim, smoky fire of burning fungus. They are rolling dice, gambling over a handful of copper coins and leather garments they scavenged in these caves. Then their sharp ears detect you. They leap to their feet and spin to face you, drawing their blades. They are Nephilim. Scrawny and hungry specimens, but dangerous nonetheless. Nephilim are a proud tribal race that once filled the wild plains of the surface. Then the Empire began to remove them, sending the few that surrendered into Avernum and killing the rest. This has left them with a vicious hatred of humanity. Even though you share a common enemy, they are still determined to take their revenge upon you. About to enter combat mode. Cool. Click on enemy to attack it. You will also get tips about spells and abilities you can use. Cool. Okay, so I can move here. Oh, okay. That's what that is. Okay, so what are my actual equipments? Screw dagger. Oh, okay. So you gotta be active. So each action point is a square movement. Okay. Going to go ahead. And screw dagger again. Okay. So made spell. Bolt of fire. Energy cost 1. How much energy do I actually have? That is the question. That's the answer to that. Okay. So we are going to see if we can bolt a fire. Oh, that did not do what I wanted it to do. That's unfortunate. Okay. Well, as a result, it's a thing. We're just gonna move on. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and hit that guy. About kills him. That's pretty good. There's a person. Okay, so it still has a crew dagger, so battle discipline. Okay. No battle discipline for this guy. 3 spells. Minor heal. Stirring. Okay, smite. That's a fair bit of damage. Let's see if I can do that now. Okay. One of them are dead. Five. We're gonna go ahead and leave that and just go and start stabbing this guy. And now he is dead. So we can exit combat mode now and be able to move on with our life. 45. The 3 Nephilim have fallen. 3 senseless deaths. You suspect that they were just sent down here, though through the same portal you came through. Usually the Empire sends down the Nephilim through a different portal to a different part of these caves. But of course the Empire soldiers don't really care what undesirable goes where. Of course it's also possible that the underworld is controlled by Nephilim and you will soon be swarmed and enslaved, or worse. Well, isn't that optimistic? Really, really optimistic. Okay, so that leather armor. I already have that with him. Okay. I'm not gonna take the mug. These games are usually filled with a lot of garbage that you don't need. So stuff like that I'm not really too concerned about. Wonder if I can. Okay, so I can change party members like that. Okay, load all of the things. Okay, so I can just do party members through that. That'll be a little bit quicker. Leather jerkin. Leather jerkin. Okay, well, she will just carry it. And this should have some more stuff. Frontliner gets all the good gear. Okay, leather bracers and leather pants. Again, frontliner gets all the good stuff. At least to start. Is that really the pants slot? Okay, well, that's the pants slot. Okay, so it's gonna be a bunch of rats. Okay, so I can break up here. And her energy did recover, so that means I can be a little more liberal with my spells. That's what I was testing. And huge rat is dead. And we're gonna smite that guy. Probably should have smited the damaged rat, but you live and you learn. And there is another rat. That is unfortunate. Does not look like there's really a cooldown there, which is good. Because that means I can just nuke things as many times as I need. Okay. Another large rat. Not needed. We're going to move there. And we're just going to end his turn. Because the alternative is I just smite these things. Is that combat discipline back up? Sure is. Okay. So we're gonna end combat and see if there was actually anything of worth over here. So far, I'm leaning towards the prospect of no, not really. Okay, so there's a person up there. The cave to the north is divided by a deep pool of foul, stagnant water. There is a man standing on the other side of it, watching you, his sword drawn. Perhaps he can tell you how to get to safety if there is anywhere safe down here. There's a pool of foul, stagnant water dividing you. Yep, that's not a big surprise. There, on the other side of the morass, a human is staring at you. He has a dented bronze broadsword and a heavy leather jerkin. Your relief at seeing another human is not enough to keep you from noticing the coldness of his gaze or how he seems to be sizing you up. He gives you a half bow and smirks. I, Laglan, welcome you to the underworld, and from the look of you, you are a warrior, not the weaklings and malcontents we've had coming through so far. Okay. Let's go with option one. That's a place to start. He laughs, a grim, raspy sound. I would not say that. I don't think that Avernites are very fond of me right now. Okay. No, there are a few others in the rival caves. That's what the Avernites call these chambers, though they didn't control them as well as they should have. What do you mean? He points at something hanging around his neck. It's a key. These caves are where all the new human arrivals are supposed to end up. Then the Avernites, noble beings that they are, find you and bring you out and help you. But then I stole this key. I came down here, locked the gates behind me. Now you're all stuck down here with me and my helpers. Well, this guy is a bit of a jerk. Okay. Let's go with, and what do you think you will get from me? Just intelligence. Now I know how many of you there are, and how you are armed. Now my servants will be prepared. He gives you one more little bow, lets out a harsh laugh, and turns to leave. I'm not interested in joining up with him. He can die. He can just die. I will not answer to scum like you. He stops for a moment, and then he nods. I expected that. You don't have the look of a weakling or a thug. I suspect you have something in common with the Avernites above. Too much. No, there is something I want from you. Prepare yourself. I will take it soon. He turns and walks quickly into the shadows. Okay. We're gonna go this way first. And that's gonna be another encounter. Okay. What is this nonsense? More rats. Okay. One, two, three, four, five. I will try and hold. I could close that. Yeah, let's do this. They are going to die now. Or not. They're not dying. That's problematic. Free spell. Might. Let's go ahead. Kill that one. That's one dead. Not dead, but shouldn't have too much of a problem with the rest of them. Okay, that's going okay. What is it? His energy is going down a little bit fast. I should probably be starting after this one, at least until it recovers a little bit. Yep, and dead. Doesn't look to be anything else. So I can end combat. A bunch of dry bones. Don't really need those. Something here. Crystals. Yeah, so in this game, usually like anything that's not got a value on it, you don't want to bother picking up because yeah. Yay. Rocks. More of those. Okay, so we're just gonna skip back over here. I should probably actually save the game. And that did not do what I wanted to. Whoop. Okay, so you can apparently have a melee and a ranged weapon at the same time. That is useful to know. Wasn't aware of that. Someone has discarded some javelins on the floor. It's always satisfying to fling a few projectiles ahead before engaging in melee. When you attack, you will use your default weapon. This can be a melee weapon like a sword, or a missile weapon like a javelin or bow. Equip them. Okay. Okay, I can skip by spacebar. That's a lot easier. Javelin. Does this person have any projectile skills? And these are pictures, apparently. Okay. Their own missiles. Okay. Probably will give that to that person. Okay. that the turn order I want people going? I think that's a good question. Oh, that did not do what I thought it would do. We're not gonna talk to them right away. They're not immediately hostile, that's a good thing. People in the ruined building left 2 flasks of liquid on the table. Perhaps a gift for you. Perhaps a bribe to mollify the thugs ahead. These potions might help you if you have to fight your way out. I think I'm gonna have to fight my way out. I don't think there's much of an option on that. Let's talk. The Avernites built something down here, a crude stone structure that was then left to crumble. 4 people, fresh from the surface, are hiding in the ruins. They look like ordinary people, farmers, merchants, who angered some empire lord or said the wrong thing, when the wrong person was listening. Now they are trapped in the underworld for the rest of their lives, empty-handed and terrified. Only one of them seems to have kept her self-control. She is a young, stocky woman. She holds a crude spear in her trembling hands. Who is there, I? When she gets a look at you, she lowers her spear slightly. You are not one of the thugs, are you? I am Brissa. You are trapped down here like us? And let's go ahead and ask if they need my help. I would not beg a stranger for aid, except that our situation is desperate. There's a Cretan down here. His name is Legrand, and he has a pack of brigands and thugs to help him. We can't escape the basement while he blocks the exit. I can't fight him off. I need your help. Can you give it? Yeah, let's free him from the cave. I'm not out here for personal gain. She nods and looks at the others. For the first time they look up at you, emerging a tiny bit from the catatonia. I thank you. I knew from the moment I saw you that you were a warrior with honor. We will wait here. She returns to standing guard and watching over the others. The conversation ends. Okay, let's see if there's actually any items in here. Go ahead, take one of the potions for him. We're gonna give another potion to our rebel. And now the potions are gone. Yeah, nothing else worth over here. Over here? Nope, more rocks. I don't need more rocks. Oh, this is a party apparently. So, got an archer. Let's try one and disable that. After your meeting with Legrand, you aren't surprised to find these people waiting for you. 3 humans who have teamed up with 2 Nephilim. They smirk and raise their blades as you step into the dim light of their fire. As the reek of burning fungus assaults your nose, one of them says, "Well, you knew this was coming. Legrand let you know what was happening. I hope you're ready. At least you won't be in this pit much longer." Let's see if they say anything about escaping. May as well. They laugh at you. "Well, I mean you'll be in this pit forever. You just won't be alive to suffer through it." They advance upon you, greedily eyeing your weapons and armor. Okay. Well, that's, really about as expected. Let's position here. We're going to end his turn. We're going to go here, and we're going to chuck. Yeah. So, probably do want to smite. We're going to do our big damage to that guy. So that's gonna be how this goes. Okay, I really didn't expect that. That is unfortunate. That would just win. Swelling blow, Roland. So another spirit. That guy missed. 3 spells. That takes 3 energy. I'll say 1 cast or something like that. What's a ball of fire? Leader is dead. That can make a lot of this a lot easier. You really need to stop doing that. And that party is dead. That made it easy. Combat. Okay, I don't know why I would ever want to stick, but they're there. We'll get this, get there. Getting 25 pounds. 90-36, so that is an improvement. I don't know how the drunk bag works yet. I'm not gonna mess with that. Okay, so I think the carrying only really affects what's actually equipped on you. 8, 10, 18, 20, 24, 27, 30. 36, yeah. So it's only what's equipped, so it's not really that big of a deal. I don't think this will be done, but we're just gonna go back and check and see if they are. Okay, same conversation. Don't need to. Okay, so that's how energy is recovered to an extent. Okay. I'm gonna be a little more sparing with it for now then. You move cautiously down the corridors. You are past Legrand's thugs, but their leader is still ahead, and without his key, you doubt you will be able to escape this pit. This is a good time, if you haven't already, to save your game. Well, let's save again. Right? You know, it's hard to save too much. We are also actually going to go in and take these javelins and give them to our priest. Because he has some missile weapon ability, and I'm not going to spend any more of his action points for a while. Okay, so there's Legrand. Is he gonna have? He does have some cronies. cave wolf. That's good. What? Did I just summon him but not summon him? You round the corner and come face to face with Legrand, a petty thug with delusions of grandeur. When he gets a good look at you, he realizes that perhaps his plan to build a new empire within Avernum is not going to work out. And yet, he doesn't give in. He stands between you and the locked gate, leading to the exit, and snarls at you. You notice dark stains around his mouth. Perhaps he has eaten something recently that is tinkering with his brain. He points his blade at you. You got past my warriors, and what? They are dead? Well, I will get more. The Empire sends down more killers every day. Avernum won't take them, but I will. You notice that he is holding something in his offhand, but you can't tell what it is. Oh, this isn't gonna be good. We're gonna say we've had enough of this ranting, but yes, fight us. We will destroy you. He charges you. His warriors, seeing no other option, regretfully follow him. Okay. Well, none of this is... okay, no, there is a zombie there. Well, my brave warrior, I hope that you don't die. Dude's got a little bit of health. Reaction from this last one. We're going to do javelin, and let's put that into the Nephilim archer. I'm okay spending more of her points. Okay. Here, attack. Basic attack. We're gonna throw another fireball. Oh yeah, that guy. Just get rid of him. Ow. That hurts. Yeah, we're gonna bolt of fire him again. Oh, we're just gonna start stabbing him. Okay. Legrand is wounded. He is bleeding and exhausted. No, you will not stop me. I have one thing I smuggled. He raises his left hand and you can see that he is holding a glass globe. Goodbye, fool. Enjoy your new life of servitude. He smashes the globe against the floor. A cloud of lavender smoke spreads out, choking you, confusing you. Legrand turns and runs towards the gate, key in his hand. Hey, buddy. You're not quite getting away. Contrary to what you may have hoped. So this person, he is blocking the gate. I don't think I'm gonna have him move. And now I'm just going to start casting fire at you. Okay, interesting. I couldn't stop him. That's a little disappointing. Well, combat is done for me. Let's see if there's anything good. Yep, gonna go ahead and pick that. Gonna go ahead and pick that. Yeah, we're going to go ahead. Fireball if I pick anything. Let's go ahead and hit that one. Maybe spell again. Fireball. Okay, that one should be one hit from death. Yeah, we'll just finish off regularly. I don't think there's any reason to spend more resources. And everything is dead. Is not happiness. So small healing ability there. We'll go ahead and take those. Pretty sure there's nothing over here. Is food. I guess we'll take that. Healing herb. Yeah, that's useful. I'm gonna take that. I'll put those in there.